go back first and recap the Iowa State game. Obviously happy to have won. The things that just killed us in the ball game were the quarterback running and scrambling on third downs, and they ended up making 10 of 20. We did a better job with that the second half, but he just killed us the first half. The 97-yard touchdown pass was an absolute killer on third down and 8. It changed momentum. It changed field position. That's a 14-point swing because if we can hold them, get a short field on the punt, we can go ahead and score at that time. The short punt hurt us, and you can't see it on video, but Anthony Farah actually said it hit the ESPN wire, and he punted every other time during the night perfectly. So he said that hit the wire, which I've never heard of before, and if it does, I guess you just have to replay it and take it back. But they did not see that upstairs. And then after the Joe Bergeron fumble, we didn't play very good sudden change defense because they went down and scored immediately. We did start the game well with our 10-0 start. We ended up the first half with a lot of momentum with a tremendous play from Case to John Harris on the Hail Mary, which we took into halftime. Dalton Santos stepping up on a second down and 2 and stopping Iowa State with 3:43 left and forcing a field goal was such a key play in the ball game. And then the 73-yard drive with 3 timeouts in our pocket left to go down and score and win the game 31-30, and then the interception at the end by Ced Reed hitting the ball and Jackson Jeffcoat intercepting the ball were all very, very positive things. And Iowa State will win some games in the Big 12 this year. Sam Richardson was well and healthy and ran very well and did a good job with it. We announced on Saturday that David Ash would not play this week because he's had reoccurrence of symptoms since the Kansas State game. Now that window of time is 1 week that he has to be cleared of symptoms instead of 48 hours. So we met with our team on Saturday morning, and they were all there together. The doctors told us that there was absolutely no way that he would play in Dallas. So we felt like it was best with everybody there because we wouldn't see our team again until after we talked to you all on Monday. That it was best for David to get it out and people not ask him during the week, and also best for our team to know that he would not play and that Case would be the starting quarterback. We'll continue to work Tyrone. We didn't put him in last week. Again, we were close at times but didn't feel like it ever fit. And we'll also continue to work Jalen Overstreet more at quarterback simply because we're not sure about David for the future. They have not told us he's out beyond next week, but obviously there is some question mark. OU week, Oklahoma game is one of the great games in college football for all the unique reasons. It's at the State Fair. It's at a neutral site. It's such a traditional game, and one that all the changes in conference realignment has not hurt because it's still about the conference games. It's still about a conference championship. And it's still one of the more unique games with 2 bordering states that's really, really special. And again, I've been lucky enough to be on both sides of it. Nike did approach both administrations last spring and wanted to make something unique about the uniforms for this game. So Oklahoma will be unveiling a similar type gold trim. The gold is on there for the golden hat. And again, the administrations on both sides agreed to it. They agreed to the changes on the uniforms, and we showed our players this on Saturday morning, and they were very, very excited about being able to wear these. The way I understand it, it's an agreement for 2 years, and with us being the home team this year, Oklahoma will wear white, and then next year we will do something unique with the uniforms on both sides while we'll be wearing the white and they'll be wearing crimson. Any questions? I don't think so. I think because it's important to both states and it is such a rival game. This one and the A&M game have been our 2 unique rival games since we've been here. And both of them are very special to our fans. Both of them are very special to our state. This one probably has more importance now since we're not playing A&M at this time.
Now that the emotional high is gone with the comeback win in Ames, what did you see on film that you know got to shore up before
We probably got away from the running game too early, even though we did score points. And a lot of the plays are run past checks now. And because after Jonathan Gray's great run, it was blocked so well, they put a lot more people in the box and said, we're going to have to make them throw. So a lot of the run pass options went outside. But we felt like we had some advantages with our outside people and their corners. So we really tried to expose some of those issues in the second half especially, and we did. But the players blocked better up front than they got credit for by me after the game, for one. Simply because we only had 29 runs and should have stayed with it a little bit longer. On defense, the quarterback runs killed us. He'd had a sore ankle. He hadn't been able to do those, but we were not in the right rush lanes and didn't fill the proper gaps on third down when he made so many long runs for first downs. And that really, really hurt us. But his running ability showed up in our game, and it had not been something they'd done in the previous games. And we really didn't get anything out of our kicking game. Except as far as returns. Players of the game were Nick Rose because he kicked everything out on kickoffs, which was huge, and also Anthony Farah because he downed the ball, I think, 5 times inside the 15. So our punter and our kicker and our operation has been really, really good. We've got to get more out of our returns. We're not getting near out of the kick returns what we need to.
Mack, how do you balance between it's just another game when you get on the field playing just another game and what it actually is running down the tunnel and all the emotion that goes into it?
This year, it's unique for us that it is the 6th game, so you're halfway through the season, and we have a week off afterwards. And that doesn't usually happen for us. So this is a situation where everybody understands how important it is. They'll get everything they've got on Saturday, and then we've got a chance to take some time off and refuel and get ready for TCU. So it's a perfect setup for us. We had Iowa State Thursday night. We've had a couple of extra days to prepare. We worked on Oklahoma a couple of weeks ago, some when we were preparing for Iowa State, and now to have the week off afterwards, this is probably the best setup we've had for this game in quite a while.
And then how do you wipe the slate clean for the guys that have played in this game the last 2 years and the margin of victory, I guess, in the last 2 years?
When you very honestly look at it, last year's game has nothing to do with this year's team because this is a new team and a different deal, and that's what you do, win or lose. You start over. It'll be about Saturday.
What's the biggest difference in having David Ash out there as having to face McCoy going to this?
The biggest difference is that David is more of a run threat. He can scramble and run the option better than Case. And that gave him the advantages of the quarterback position for us when they were competing.
Talking about quarterbacks with swoops, it's got to be hard just finding that time to get him in, as you talked about. Now going into Dallas, you're a little leery with him getting his first foot there, possibly.
Yeah, I think you've got to prepare for him to be ready to play, and we've done that now for 3 weeks. We talked about whether to put him in the other night or not, and there really wasn't a comfortable situation. The 10th point came very quickly after a turnover. We were disappointed we didn't score, so we didn't feel like that was the right time to put him in, and then they scored 10 quick points and then 13, and then it was a dogfight for the rest of the night. So we'll continue to look at it, but what people have to understand is what Major and Darryl White and I have to decide is what gives us the best chance to win the game. And we watch these kids every day. And if we thought that it was better to put him in to win the game, we would put him in. So, we're pleased with him. He's making progress. You're right. It's not the friendly confines of home in Dallas on Saturday morning. So, but if we feel the need to put him in, we will do that.
How has he handled all the uncertainty of you might play, you got to be ready to play, practicing as the number 2? How has that gone for him, especially being
He's been great. To be considered as a possibility to play is a great honor at Texas as a freshman, and he knows that he's got to continue to improve, and as soon as he gets Major's confidence, then he will be able to play.
Concern you that his first snap could be in Dallas, and how do you handle that side of it if his first snap did happen?
You've got to plan on his first snap being in Dallas, and if it is, prepare him for it.
Coach, this may just be me being naive, but why let everyone know that Ash wasn't going to play on Saturday? Why not keep that within the team until, maybe play with Oklahoma a little bit
Okay. That is a great question. With 125 young men and 45 staff members, you're going to tell all of them, and nobody's going to tell anything with Twitter and Facebook. We can keep a secret. And then we got Longhorn Network watching practice today. So there are no leaks with the Texas football program. So it would be very, very easy for me to keep anything private that I want, and you all wouldn't have asked today. So yes, yes.
So glad this is airing.
Yes. I didn't use the name, so they don't know for sure. Kaylee? No, it's not. No, we're kidding. No.
Coach, speaking of Case, though, I mean, he knows how to play in big games. He knows how to play in rivalry games. I mean, you got to feel, especially with that late drive against Iowa State, that he's prepared to take this job and do his best with it.
Yes, and that's the other reason we very honestly made the announcement, because it's unfair for David to be walking around all week and people asking him every day, are you going to play? And he knew he wasn't going to play. So that puts him in a very difficult position. And also, we thought the team needed to know it. We would not see the team again until today after we met with you all. So in our Saturday morning meeting, David was there, the team was there, and we just felt like it was best because it is Casey's turn. And he did a great job the second half against Kansas State. He did very well the other night. Tremendous drive at the end of the game. He came in when the game was over last year against Oklahoma, but he made some good plays in this game last year in the last drive or two. And he has been on the road in tough environments before. So he'll be prepared for Saturday, and he's excited about that challenge.
Does the mindset change at all going into Oklahoma because of the rivalry aspect and everything that goes into it?
It does. I mean, everybody understands how big this game is. So the guys are fully aware of that.
How happy are you for Mike Coach that the conference didn't do anything and let the young man play?
I will explain on the TV show this afternoon exactly about the play. Number one, Mike was wrong. And I hadn't seen the play at the press conference the other day, but he did cut the young man. He was in front, but it was after the whistle. So in asking Mike, Daryl White got on him after the play, and Mike gave me the same answer he gave Daryl is, I didn't hear the whistle, and I was trying to just compete. The play is a run-pass option, so Mike will show that this afternoon. I'm not making excuses for him, but the ball could have been thrown on the flare to Jackson Shipley outside, and he is supposed to cut. So, but Mike is glad that the young man's not hurt. He's glad that he's still getting to continue to play, and the Big 12's reprimand was something that we showed him and talked to him about. But Mike's not a malicious player, and he's not a guy that goes out there and tries to hurt people each week.
What about OU, Coach, playing pretty well on defense, especially giving up about 13 games?
Yeah, they're playing great defense. They're so fast. They played really good defense at times last year, but this bunch, the linebackers are about 220. They can all run 4.5 or better. They're still big and strong up front. They're giving you press man, and they're covering you. They're just really being aggressive, and they're well coached, and you have to give them a lot of credit. They're the number 9 defense in the country, and in this league, to be number 9 defense in the country is pretty special.
How about their offense with Bell at quarterback? Is he comparable at all to any of their past quarterbacks?
No, I don't think so, because he's so unique with his big size and frame, and he's run over us the last couple of years on short yardage and goal line. But people had questioned his ability to throw, and he's really answered all those. They've got great receivers. They've got tremendous speed. The running backs can score like they did against TCU the other night, like they did against us last year. They can touch the ball and take it the distance very quickly. But what they're doing is they're doing a really good job of staying spread out, but being physical and running the ball. And Bell is a big part of that.
Talk about their offense and their defense. What makes you confident going into this and feel like you guys have a chance?
Well, we've got to play better. It's really more about us right now and getting things fixed than it is about OU for us this weekend. We've got to play better. They've proven they're going to play well and play well in this ball game, and we've got a lot of things we've got to get fixed. We've got to stop the quarterback scrambles. We've got to play the run better. We went into Iowa State to stop the run. We didn't do that. We have been forcing turnovers well, and we've been taking good care of the ball. Those are 2 things we've done. Our kicking game needs to get better. The punter and the kicker we said are great. Our return game needs to get better. We're not scoring points with our return game, and we're not changing field position. Our linebackers need to play better. We didn't play well at linebacker the other night, and that's a key for this weekend because they're going to try to run the ball. And the last 2 years we haven't stopped the run against OU, and unless we can slow their running game down, the rest of it's unimportant. We've got to do a better job against the run this weekend.
Is the quarterback scramble especially tough to take because it means the back end's probably not allowing anything open? You're probably getting some pressure, so you manage to accomplish two things you want to do.
Yeah, that's on us as coaches. We've got to get the guys in the right gaps, and that we were getting pressure. We're running by them, so you've got to have more control pass rush, and you got to make sure you get in the right lanes, and that's something that we were disappointed in because we had talked about it last week. We worked on it last week. It didn't get done, and we've got to do a better job this weekend, or Bell will be like Sam Richardson, and anytime they've got a third down, we're covering well, they're going to just run for the first down. So we can't do that. And Bell's hard to tackle in space. I mean, so that's another thing. It's been hard for one guy to get him down.
What are you guys doing well? It's listed off a lot of things you work on. What do you think you're doing well?
We've been throwing the ball well. Most of the time we've been balanced on offense, so we've been running it and passing it well. We're taking care of the ball. We're forcing turnovers on defense. Other than the pass rush the other day, we've done a good job up front with our front seven. We've done a good job covering in the secondary by and large. And our kickers and punters have been great.
What stands out to you about this game, the bus coming in the tunnel, being on the field split? What is it personally to you that really stands out?
It's the reason Nike would want to change some things because it gets so much attention nationally. It's a reason that young people go to Texas and go to OU because they want to play in this game. Every prospect in this state will be at this game, and they've probably already chosen who they like because they choose that early in their careers usually. But still, every one of them will be there. They'll feel the excitement around it, the number of people outside the stadium. It's just a great game and a very unique game.
Coach, with the loss announcing his retirement next year, do you expect or think that'll change or affect you with the football program at all next year?
I really don't. I'm glad that he's here and he's going to stay here. And I said numerous times that to me he's done the best job of any athletic director in the country. Number one, to stay here 32 years is amazing. But look at what he's done. The facilities he's built, the amount of money he's made, the number of championships he's been able to lead as an athletic director to win, staying pretty much clean with the NCAA throughout, and when it wasn't, fixing it quickly. Having a very high academic standard at the university. Nobody's done those things like DeLoss Dodds. And I'm excited that he'll be here and that he'll be here to help hire the new guy and that he'll be here to help mentor the new guy because whoever's coming in now, those are big shoes to fill. So somebody's going to have a load.
How do you guys help Case, whether it's helping develop his run threat, if you guys want to do that this week, or getting his front seven, the other guys to help him out on Saturday? What's the more direct approach?
Well, number one, we got to run the ball better than we did Saturday and stay more balanced. And number two, because Oklahoma's going to fill the box, and then they're going to match up man-to-man outside, and you're going to have to win some of those man-to-man matchups outside, and we haven't done that well the last 2 years.
Mack, with all the talk about concussions and targeting, it's like you look back at when you played it before that and you go, wow, people survived that.
I know. I think the student athlete, I know the student athlete is in a much better spot from a health standpoint today than ever before. There are more doctors and more trainers that are involved in football programs and all sports programs than ever before. People are more cautious and taking better care of the student athletes than ever before. And coaches are not involved anymore. I'm sure when I played, coaches said, get him back in there, and he went. But that's all changed. And all of this is more precaution for the betterment of the student athlete. And Mike, from that standpoint, it's all good.